Well, this made me feel really cool. Made me feel like I was some sort of boxer or MMA fighter or a Formula One driver or some sort like that. This was $23 delivered. And I've done a lot of sets with it throughout the day. Messed around with it. Play with all the different settings, straps. Anyway, all sorts of ways that I could think of I did it. But I only did neck extension. I didn't do any lateral stuff or flexion. Purely because, well, I didn't want to try it all at once. I didn't want my whole freaking neck to light up tomorrow. And the sparking idea behind all of this was the hope that maybe this neck training will also train the upper thoracic area, which it felt like it did. Yes, you feel like the neck really warms up, but also like in between the shoulder blades, things are happening. I don't quite know which muscles are doing what. It feels like something is happening. It makes me want to go to the Google and look at the anatomy charts to see which muscle might be contributing to extension of the neck. But this is the sensation that I wanted, because when I really push the AMRAP sets on the squats, that area around there, between the rear delts basically, that level, all the way across the back, all of that gets challenged. I feel like I lose the retraction on the shoulders and I start to kind of like, protract my shoulders and lose that external rotation. I start to internally rotate the shoulders. I basically start to unzip my back rack, my rack position. And so this was kind of with a hope, done with a hope that this is going to contribute some sort. And also, like in the last few days, I've been doing body weight stuff like this. And so I've really kind of focused as well to look up when I squat. Really, really kind of make sure that I have back extension from the hips and also from the neck. Like the entire back is just extending. This is something that I've seen a lot of squatters, really, really professional, like upper level Olympic weightlifters do. And I've never really done that. I've always looked down. And I've realized that for a long time now, I'm squatting with a squat rack, which is really close to the wall. And so when I come and grab it, I tend to look down because I don't want to look straight into a wall. And so now when I walk out a further distance. Really, I should be moving the stands a little bit back so I don't have to walk 3 steps back or 4 steps, whatever it is. But it's making me feel like I'm more over the midfoot. It's making me feel more upright. It's making me feel more stacked. But it's also making me feel like, I don't know, like I'm losing my balance. Like my intuition is to look down. Now I'm not looking at the ground at all. I'm looking like as far as my eyes can go up. And I feel like, this is going to sound weird, but I feel like I'm losing my balance because I can't see the ground. I'm like, I'm going to tip over one way or the other. So it's taken me a little bit to get used to. I have lost stability. Also, the shoes are contributing to this as well. So not only am I not looking at the ground, but I'll also have different shoes on. So it's kind of multiple things that are challenging me at the moment. So when I get to the hole, I feel kind of like unsteady. But the bar, even on video, it looks like it's more over midfoot than it has been previously. So it's all looking good. And the harness that I got, it wasn't an expensive one, obviously, $23 delivered. But I've seen other ones, like other brands. I forget now what they're called. Iron Neck, I reckon, is one of the brands that everyone talks about. Was quite expensive, $150, $160, $70, but I didn't do that. I went with the cheap one. If I really, really fall in love with this training and this body part and using the harness, maybe I'll, get something better. But for now, I just want to trial it out and see. I want to see how my body's going to react. Now, the immediate effects are really positive. Like right now, I'm like really kind of looking up as I walk. It's really kind of straightening me out. Another thing which is maybe this exercise done with or without weights, I feel like my sinuses have been draining while I've been doing this, while I've been going through the exercise. So as you know, like I'm congested in the lungs, in the sinuses, everywhere. for the last month, and now I feel like the sinuses are releasing, and I'm feeling like this post nasal drip type thing. It's like stuff is coming out of my face, is draining out of my face into the back of my throat, and I'm continuously swallowing. So whatever the exercise is, this extension business, I feel like the sinus are also kind of moving fluid about. So I feel really good. I feel really good after all of this. The squats seem to be getting better. The exercise is really, really cool. And I'll continue to, I don't know how often I'm going to do it. Today I did 15 sets all up over the course of like 4 or 5 hours, just messing around with it. 15 sets of 20 I did. And obviously I didn't use a heavy weight. Like I used 2.5 kilos. And I know I've seen videos of people using crazy amount of weight. I've gone for, very, very small amount of weight. And I feel really nice. Like it's in between my shoulder blade that I feel it. Yeah, it's a nice feeling. So, like I'm not doing this to get a fat neck or whatever. Like a lot of people that I've seen online talk about, they're doing it purely from aesthetics. They want big forearms and a big neck, so when they put a t-shirt on, they look imposing. I don't care about any of that. Like I'm not in the business of impressing people around me. Like I'm doing this for me. But I do remember once upon a time in my life when I was a lot younger that I was really sensitive to other people's thoughts. So I understand why people do what they do. For me, I'm just purely thinking about I want to move the bar a little bit better. That's it. I want to kind of work on the weaknesses. And I've identified my upper back is weak. There's no thickness to it. The width is okay, but this thickness is a problem. And then, I've been watching the Olympics, a few of the wrestling sessions, and man, all these guys have like really impressive upper backs. Even the girls have impressive upper backs. And, the wrestling is all about, pulling somebody's head down and getting on top of them and getting into a better position. And so they have strong necks, right? Really strong necks. And so how do they train their necks? Well, they do lots of different things, and the sport of weightlifting, sport of wrestling is heavy on the neck. But also they do a lot of exercise. They do the neck bridge, right? Which mixed reviews from all sorts of people, but I'm way too of a beginner to try that. I can't even do that. Like I feel like I'm going to slip a disc in my neck. And that's another thing that you have to be mindful of. This is your neck we're talking about. This is not something you want to mess around with. So taking it slow, doing sets of 20 is a great idea. I would not be maxing on this, like a 1 rep max. I don't know if anyone does that, but it does not seem like a good idea. Even like sets of 5 to me is something that I don't want to think about. It's about getting a pump, I think. Especially me being a complete beginner to training the neck. So let's see how it pans out. Let's see how it goes. But the postural effects already are really nice. I feel like my chest is out, my back, my head is back. I'm looking up. The squat is looking more upright to me. I'm more comfortable. So, yeah, maybe it's all got to do with the head. And I've heard a lot of people say things like your body will go where your head is pointing. And my head has been pointing down for a long time, as in I look really, really kind of close in front of me. Looking up changes everything, changes the positioning, changes the stability, changes all of that. So maybe the answer to my, technique improvement is just my head positioning. But we'll see. It's too early to tell right now. But that spot right now that I'm feeling between my shoulder blades is an area that I've tried for many, many years to target with all sorts of different lifts. Rows don't really hit that. I'm sure they do, but that's not the primary thing that I feel when I do rows. Pull-ups don't touch that. Now with this harness, I feel like nothing else is being hit other than that. So it's like a really cool feeling to have. No, I don't think it's the rhomboids now that I'm kind of like moving my neck around. It's something else. I don't know what it is. Maybe like lower traps or something. Or mid traps or something. Some musculature is really fired up right now as I'm sitting here. And I like it. I really like it. All right, guys. Appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.